already holding to be able to sell at that price. Maybe they bought at a lower price of about 160. So if it is the case, then you have a deal at 185, and the more deals you have at that particular price, the more you shift the price towards that, because we depend on the last trading deal to see that we have the closing price. So the last trading deal gives us the last price of the day. The markets open at 9 and close at 1 p.m. So when we auction, when we see that people come onto the exchange and auction their stock, they want to buy, they want to actually find, for sellers, they want to find a buyer with the highest bid. And whereas for the buyers, they would want to find a seller with the lowest ask, because as a buyer, you're looking at buying at a lower price. As a seller, you're looking at selling at a higher price, just like the way any other markets really operate. So whatever we're seeing right now on the exchange is just demonstrating that there are people, more people that are willing to sell stock on certain counters than those that are willing to buy. Every time we have buying, usually it puts demand on the stock. And when demand is placed on a stock, it means that people have now the right to say, hey, it's 186 at MTN, but I don't, we wouldn't want maybe to trade at 187. And so you have 187 for that particular stock. And if you sell at 187, you find someone willing to buy at that particular price, you will see that the pricing will actually still go up again in that direction. Now, yesterday's trading was significantly noted, but that the companies that did have great volumes, of course, we have Uganda Clays. Uganda Clays had recorded the highest volume of 28,700 traded shares. Now, it ended as the bottom loser after losing about 8.55%. Now, this means that definitely these shares, we had more being sold at a lower price than those that were bought at higher price. Of course, this could be a mix-up of some being bought and sold, but majorly when we see this kind of movement in the red, we must see that there was selling at a lower price. And usually the closing price, that is the last price of the last deal that was made was actually done at 817 shillings. If you remember yesterday, Uganda Clays was one of the gainers on the market, and right now he's coming as a loser. And of course, this informs you that maybe there's something that people are eyeing, and maybe people are buying some other stock, and maybe it's just a temporary situation that will definitely go away. But as I have always mentioned, whenever counters are losing, that is the opportunity you have as an investor to buy more if you really possess shares. And if you're a new investor, when you see the markets in the red, that is the best time for you to be able to actually buy the stock for the first time. Now we are seeing that Wumeme also did have some activity after, of course, trading 20,500 shares on the market yesterday. However, for Wumeme, the story was different. The price remained at 200 Ugandan shillings without any price movements. And then for MTN Uganda, it also had some trading of over 15,450 shares yesterday, closing the day with a market price of 185. Not quite different, not so much different from what we had yesterday, just a few points away in terms of a decline. But we can see that still these volumes, we must be seeing more selling than buying. And of course, this is how the market is moving into the red lines. And of course, that indicates a performance that's not so good, especially on the all share index. Now, the companies that are cross-listed from Kenya did not trade any volumes, but still have movements in price because of what could have happened in their domestic on their domestic exchange. That is Nairobi Securities Exchange. And those are factors, of course, outside the demand and supply category for at least the local companies here, because we're seeing that most of these companies are moving because of the traded volumes. But for these cross-listed companies, of course, there are factors outside the demand and supply that are seeing this kind of movement on the market. But we remain optimistic, and of course, here on the show, we are always optimistic that definitely there is room for improvement, and that could be in the next few days, in the next couple of weeks, or in the next couple of months as well. All we have to do is to find a way of putting our investments, our savings to investments, and also making sure that we understand and acquire knowledge about how the financial markets work. Our friends here at Altex East Africa are reminding you that they can help you buy securities, especially the debt instruments. As you all know, the Tanzanian government has just issued yesterday a bond of over 55.6 million US dollars, and this bond has been opened to East African community members, but as well as to the South African development community members, of which this nation of Tanzania is part as well. So Altex East Africa, and in conjunction with Altex Clearing, are giving you an opportunity to also take part in buying this bond without any hassle, without any lines, any queues, any paperwork. All you have to do something new is to dial *292#. And when you do that, you will find the options of buying and selling bonds of different maturity periods. You'll find bonds of 3 years, 10 years, and so on. And then using your MTN mobile money, you can be able to pay for that bond. Of course, you input your amount of money you're investing, and also the code, that is your secret code, and you will receive a notification that you've been able to purchase a particular bond or not. And that is Zabu initiative for you there. My Money, My Future with Altex East Africa, our partners here. The market opens at 8:15 for the Altex East Africa up to 3:15 p.m. 8:15 a.m. to 3:15 p.m. The market is open for trading. Let's take a very quick breather. We return with a detailed look at the markets and what could be the factors that are leading to this performance, and also where do we stand as, of course, the local companies here in Uganda on the Uganda Securities Exchange. Stay with us. We'll be right back.